Spent many Julys in the US. 4th of July is big. The 11th of July is going to be bigger, a lot bigger.
Generally speaking, the stock market is now 15%.
Speaking to my colleagues in the United States, and particularly in Washington, it's a 50-50, whether it's a sentence, it'll certainly be a fine, and then trying to work out where it ends if there's a longer sentence than what the market expects. Part of the people, some of the people I've spoken to have one side is that they'll go pretty heavy on him because this is the last chance to lock him down before the election. I think that if he gets a suspended sentence and a fine, that'll be very positive for the United States, very positive for business, and it's probably what the United States need right now. The debates going on as of today, tonight, in the US will be pretty much a bloodbath, I think, for Biden. I think Trump's still compos mentis and still pretty sharp, seeing him interviewed lately. So Biden will get hammered at that election. At that debate, pardon me. So the 11th of July for me is the knock-on effect. What was interesting when Trump got elected in 2016 is that if anyone measures back the stock market, 2017, 2018 were the strongest rallies and the strongest markets we've seen in history. The stock market in the US had a phenomenal run over that period of time of over 12,000 points. Incredible. Under this administration, it's gone, well, corporations have done well, but it's a very divided nation. And so, for me, and the knock-on effects for Australia are just as important. And I think that Trump, being a Liberal man, believing that Albanese, the Labor Party, will get back in, is one thing, but I'm very hopeful that Trump does get up, and because I think it's a positive thing for the nation.
In what way?
Well, I think for the confidence, I think the market, the confidence with Trump, I think for business, the economy, the tax breaks. The main is a good question is that I think the most fundamental thing, whilst he's made some stupid decisions and not relied on his parties and his front bench, but I think moving corporate tax from 35 to 21 was instrumental. I mean, when he did that, I thought, my goodness, that is a game changer for the United States. And it certainly was. It brought a lot of money in. So I think that's a positive thing with more tax changes coming. The one negative that concerns me about him winning is the relationship with China. And those relationships with China, with proposed tariffs, will impact supply, coming out with statements that he's going to cut out any cars coming out of Asia or China to promote local built vehicles is concerning. And unfortunately, Australia has to party with the US because our defence wouldn't blow a candle out compared to the power of the US defence. So, you know, I think there's good and bad on both sides, but I think it would be, for me, it would be a good outcome if he did get up. But there's also there's concerns and other knock-on effects that if he does get in, what does it look like in 2 years' time?